One thing to be aware of when you have authenticated users making form posts to your application is the possibility of a cross-site request forgery. A cross-site request forgery, CSRF, happens when a malicious user gets one of your website users to submit a form post that they didn't intend to submit, but the browser allows the request to work because it will submit the proper authentication cookie. This forms-based authentication we are using when I log in, it sets a cookie that's around for the duration of the browser session at the very least. And if the user logs into the site, then goes to an irreputable site or opens an email from a malicious person, you can end up with a cross-site request forgery attack. I won't go too much into the details of the attack, because if you want more information, you can look at my Building Applications with MVC3 videos where I discuss one, or see Adam's Pluralsight course on hack-proofing ASP.NET applications. He'll explain it too. I will show you how to reduce the possibility of this attack, and that's by using an anti-forgery token. An anti-forgery token is essentially trying to ensure that when the user submits a form to your site, posts that to your site, that the form they are posting is one that came from your server, and that it's not a form that a bad person put together. It does this by embedding some cryptographic numbers in a hidden form input, and also in a cookie, then making sure that they compare correctly. The idea is that even if the bad guy can submit the cryptographic form input value, they won't be able to set cookies in the user's browser, so this will prevent the attack. The way to help prevent this is very easy. First, what I need to do is add an attribute where I expect this form post to arrive. It's the validate anti-forgery token attribute, and that tells the MVC runtime to look in the hidden input that will be in the form that has the anti-forgery token in it, compare that to the cookie that's arriving in the request, and make sure they match. If they don't, it fails the request. And at this point, if I try to create a new user, the request should fail because I'm asking the MVC runtime to validate the anti-forgery token, but we haven't added one to the form as yet. So if I create a Scott with some arbitrary hire date, then the error message I hope to receive is that the anti-forgery cookie is not present. Hopefully that is what a user will see if a bad person tricked them into making some request. To add the anti-forgery token into the view, it's very simple. It's done using an HTML helper, HTML.anti-forgery token. Just need to save that view. Then I'll come out here and refresh this view so that we get that token embedded as a hidden form input. And let's just view the page source, and I can show you that we now have an input whose name is request verification token. It's hidden, and it has a bunch of strange characters inside of there that represent the token itself. And now when I create a user called Scott112000 and create, that request will go through. Of course, the other thing that I would want to do to make this site secure is run it over an encrypted connection, because with forms-based authentication, the user's login and password are sent over the network in clear text. If you want more information on using SSL and the encrypted connection, I also include this in my Building Applications with MVC3 course.